This is CBS 7 News at 10. Your eye on West Texas.
Chances are somewhere down the road you're going to lose your job, and then you're going to wish that you had some college.
Community colleges are responding to a decline in student enrollment.
Our local community colleges say the oil boom may be the reason for the shrinking numbers. They say many people are leaving for a paycheck in the oil field.
And the students who are staying in college are struggling to find affordable housing. CBS 7's Jennifer Samp joins us from the newsroom with the story. Jennifer?
Students say finding a home here in the Permian Basin has become close to impossible. And to some, the lure of a big paycheck can be more appealing than going to school.
The parents not telling you what to do, and that'd be the best thing.
It's George Flores' first semester away from home in Laredo. After desperately looking for an apartment, George says he resorted to a dorm room in Midland College.
A lot different than home, really different.
He is one of the lucky ones who found housing. Dorm rooms in Midland, Odessa, and Howard College are at full capacity. George says he is making the most of his dorm room life for the sake of having a degree in welding.
Once I'm done with getting my degree, I can get a better job and it'll pay more money.
The oil industry, a lot of people that would normally take classes at Midland College are out there working.
Rebecca Bell with Midland College says their enrollment is 3% down from last year.
People are still coming to class, but they're working. In fact, more of our students are attending part-time.
It's the same story with community colleges across the Permian Basin, but they say there is a hard lesson to be learned when you put education on the back burner.
I've seen people lose their jobs very quickly in Midland because of the craziness of the oil industry.
Although that's not to say that George has at least considered his options.
Pretty tempting, though,
Yes,
isn't
it is. Really tempting. The big money, but I know I can make more money after I get my degree. So it's just a sacrifice.
Some of these community colleges offer scholarships to pay for your rent. We posted all that information on our website. Just go to CBS7.com and click on this story. For now in the newsroom, Jennifer Samp, CBS 7 News.
Jennifer, thanks very much. Here's a look at this year's enrollment numbers compared to last year. Midland College has dropped to 6,100 students this year. Odessa College is down by 50 students compared to last year, and Howard College reports 300 less students. With your eye on education, the Texas Comptroller's Office has released its yearly report today rating school districts and charter schools on academic progress compared to relative spending. My partner Tatum Hubbard breaks down the ratings for our local school districts. Tatum?
It's called the FAST Report, or Financial Allocation Study for Texas. The ratings are derived from a formula which uses data from the Texas Education Agency to measure academic progress and cost-effective operations. School districts receive ratings of up to 5 stars. Here's a look at the ratings for some of our local school districts. For the third straight year, Midland ISD received 1.5 stars, Ector County ISD received 2.5 stars, Andrews ISD received 1 star, and Big Spring ISD was given 1.5 stars. Only 45 of the 1,100 plus school districts and charter schools received the highest 5-star rating. If you'd like to view the complete list, you can go to our website at cbs7.com. Jay?
Tatum, thanks very much. Here's a look at some more stories making headlines tonight. A toddler found walking down a busy service road of Loop 250 in Midland in his diaper is now in custody of Child Protective Services. The woman who found him says she almost hit the child with her car. The woman took the child to work when she called police. They later located the distraught single mother who was searching the apartment complex near where the child was found. Officers say the apartment doors, locks were broken, and the apartment was run down. Officers found nothing, though, when they did a background check on the mother, nor any signs of abuse.
I have to just keep him in my prayers from now on. God put me in his life for a reason.
No charges have been filed. CPS is still investigating.
What started as a post on Facebook left students and parents at a West Texas middle school on edge this morning. According to officials at Fort Stockton Middle School, a hit list of students was circulating via Facebook. Allegedly, the list was produced by a female student who was coming back to school today after being suspended. But her mother tells us her daughter's Facebook was hacked. She says this incident is another act of bullying against her child.
There was not a hit list, and there's not going to be a hit list. My child even told the officer that she didn't know what was a hit list.
Stockton police have taken over this investigation. New tonight at 10 o'clock, some Midland students are looking to change their image and make a difference in the community at the same time.
CBS 7's Shannon Murray sat down with the students in the Midland School District disciplinary program to see what motivated them to be the change.
The students at the Midland Alternative Program experienced Challenge Day last week, a program that brings students together in an opportunity to get to know each other and break up the cliques and gangs on their campus. The teens say they left inspired to change and to make sure this message spreads to the community.
Freshman year got off to a rough start for Lorenzo Cano. He got into some trouble at school and ended up in the Midland Alternative Program. But after experiencing Challenge Day, Cano saw his fellow classmates in a new light, and he decided it was time to get his life back on track.
We started finding out what people have been through, and we never knew that. After we got out of Challenge Day, I saw a change in our school with students getting to know one another and stop arguing and fighting.
Last year, it took me months to get some of these kids to open up and really talk. So to see that happen in an 8-hour process was nothing short of a miracle.
Chad Small meets with the students at MAP twice a week as part of the Palmer Drug Abuse Program. This year, he was also a volunteer at Challenge Day, where he says these kids got real and shared experiences many of us could never imagine.
They need more people to just sit down and really listen to what they got to say and what they got going on in their life. Everybody thinks they are a certain way without even knowing them. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They end up behaving the way that they're pigeonholed.
That's why these students are starting their own Be the Change team to keep their Challenge Day experience alive and hopefully change the perception of their school in the community.
And if they really took the time to get to know us, they would know we're not really bad kids. What we want to do is go around and talk to schools and let kids know how Challenge Day went and try to get them not to make the same mistakes we're making right now. How is somebody going to be able to judge us and not even know who we really are? We all make mistakes somehow. You know, we just learn from them.
The volunteers will meet with the students at MAP every Tuesday during their elective period. They hope to plan several community outreach events and fundraisers with the teens. Reporting in the studio with your Eye on Education, Shannon Murray, CBS 7 News.
Shannon, thank you so much for that story. We want to switch gears now to weather. It was nothing but sunny skies and warm temperatures today.
Beautiful day out there. Let's check in right now with weather specialist Daryl Ward for a look at what we can expect in the morning. Daryl?
Yeah, we're seeing things starting to cool down now, and that's the trend we're going to see overnight. We'll have a cool start in the morning. Let's go ahead and check it out here. In the morning, when you wake up, city of Odessa, clear skies, pleasant, 64. Light winds, mostly out of the south in the morning. Midland, 63 when you start your day tomorrow morning. South winds, 5 to 10 miles an hour. And in Big Spring, clear skies, 63. So you're looking again at a nice cooling trend as you go through the overnight hours. 60 in Pecos when you start your morning out. Light winds also mostly south to southeasterly across the area. Fort Stockton, 65 in the morning, 56 in Alpine for tomorrow morning. 47, cool spot in the state. Marfa, going to be nice, light variable winds. Now, do we have any hazardous weather outlooks? No. No hazardous weather. As a matter of fact, what we're looking at tomorrow, sunny, warm. Very easy phrase, and I'll come back in just a couple of minutes and tell you about the 7-day forecast, how long this trend is going to stay with us. Jay Tatum.
Daryl, thanks very much. More stories new tonight. The mayor of Monaghan speaking out after Ector County files legal action against his petroleum company. The lawsuit states back on April 13th, this converted garbage truck transporting used oil filters leaked oil for over 20 miles in Midland. Now, because of the slick roads, the suit says a motorcycle slipped on oil and crashed near Loop 250 in Wadley. There are also claims that the oil spill also led to another rollover. Several different police units located the truck driver and issued multiple warnings and a ticket. The lawsuit claims that several weeks later, the same vehicle and driver arrived to another Avis Lube when an employee noticed the truck was leaking oil again. Monaghan's Mayor David Cuthbert says since the incident occurred, the truck has been fixed.
The truck certainly was not designed to haul oil, and our driver made a mistake in doing that. But in terms of solving the problem, we moved quickly to solve the problem.
The mayor says he has yet to see the lawsuit from Ector County. That driver is still working for Quell Petroleum, but Mayor Cuthbert says he is operating a different vehicle now. Ector County Environmental Enforcement Officer Ted Yelly says the suit is not about money, it's about public safety, and he says they want that truck repaired or off the road.
Some West Texas construction workers are still waiting for payment nearly a month after working a job in Midland. The workers from El Paso were building a Midland hotel for subcontractor Above and Beyond out of Amarillo. They claim they were never paid for the job they did by the owner, Terry Davis. We spoke to Davis at the end of August when the accusations were made. He said at that time the workers would receive their checks by the end of the week. However, the foreman on that job tells CBS 7 they are still waiting for their money. The workers have filed wage claims with the state.
It's an unimaginable situation being priced out of your home, but for Nina and Aline Flanagan, it's a reality. The mother and daughter say they have health problems and have lived in Lincoln Towers for over a year. They say it all changed last week when their rent more than doubled.
We asked them if we could stay till we could find some place. They were like, no. This is a business just like any other business. You have to pay your rent or get out.
The manager of Lincoln Towers tells CBS 7 they did not make the women move out, saying that it was the women's choice. Flanagan says they do have calls out to area nursing homes that may have vacancies, but they have not heard back yet.
A local school district is changing its procedures for students who live outside the county in an effort to secure revenue. Ector County ISD will no longer charge tuition for out-of-county students. This decision comes after the state classified the district as Chapter 41, which allows the state to recapture some of the revenue brought in locally and give it to poorer school districts. ECISD Superintendent Hector Mendez tells the Odessa American they would have had to return about $100,000 without this change of policy. The district will now reimburse residents who had already paid for this year's tuition.
Residents are following water restrictions in Odessa. That's according to the latest numbers by the Colorado River Municipal Water District. The Odessa American reports Odessa's summer water average was close to 15 million gallons of usage. Since April, the city surpassed its 7-day average water usage 14 times. The city has collected about $77,000 in water fines.
Construction is almost complete on a new water pipeline system in West Texas. Officials with the Colorado River Municipal Water District say the pipeline between Ward County and the city of Odessa is 85% complete. The district tells the Big Spring Herald the new system could be ready for preliminary tests as early as November. The new pipeline will deliver well water from Ward County and pump it into the district's system. Here's a quick look at some stories making headlines across the state. The Supreme Court is allowing Texas to use congressional districts that were drawn by a lower federal court for the November election. The court declined a request from the Latino rights group to block use of those districts. The group said the districts discriminate against minorities. The court-drawn map is intended for use only in this year's election.
A judge in Mexico has ordered the detention of 16 guards and officials at the prison near the Texas border, where the brutal Zetas drug cartel orchestrated a mass tunnel escape of more than 130 inmates. The judge said there was credible evidence that prison employees aided the escape. Authorities detained 2 of the escapees yesterday following a shootout with police.
And a suburban Dallas county has reported its 4th West Nile-related death in at least the 55th reported in the state. Texas has about half of the U.S. deaths from this illness. There have also been 3 West Nile-related deaths right here in West Texas. It was a quiet day, warm outside, but could there be some cooler temperatures, maybe some changes as we move closer to the weekend?
We're going to find out in just a minute. Weather specialist Daryl Ward is back after the break with a look at your 7-day forecast. And later, social networking is no doubt one of the best advertising tools. Now one local city is using sites such as Facebook to bring more visitors into the area. Other details coming up. You're watching CBS 7 News, your eye on West Texas.
Good evening, welcome back. We've had a warm day today. It's really, for late summer, very pleasant. The only downside, no rain. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the radar and confirm that 4x4 pinpoint radar. Look at that, nothing, absolutely nothing out there. And I'll be honest, sneak peek on your 7-day, don't expect to see much of anything showing up on the radar anytime in the next few days. Okay, let's go to the pinpoint iCam. We have the time lapse as we take a look at sunset over the Fort Stockton Plateau down there, and it was a warm day there, a lot of sunshine, much the same story all across West Texas. Now, temperatures have cooled a bit now, 76 at Midland International, Wind south at 12 miles an hour. Humidity 39%, up a little bit. Barometer is rising still. We've got high pressure on the surface and aloft, both settling in. That's kind of making things very stable. And I'll show you what that's going to do for us or not do for us here in a sec. But let's see how warm it got. 89 today. Average 86, so a little above that. The overnight low right on track, 61. No rainfall, that's the downside. Like I mentioned, it's now up to a little over 3 3/4 inches behind what is average for this time of year. We could use some more. Not likely to see it in the next few days. Here's temperatures around the area. Just look familiar, 70s, mostly mid to upper 70s across the neighborhood and around the state of Texas. Much the same story as we see temperatures running again, mostly in the 70s, a little warmer Del Rio, Laredo, 82, 83 down that direction. Here's the water vapor picture, and this gives you a visual look at, there's a big ridge of high pressure, upper level high pressure to the west of us that is lapping over into Texas, and it is, among other things, pushing the moisture away from us. You see this band here, that's the dry air, and that ridge up above us is capping the atmosphere, kind of like putting the lid on a tea kettle. Nothing can work its way up, no convection, no clouds, no rain. And as a result, a lot of sunshine. Now, if you like warm weather, you're going to love it. Here's where we're going over the next 7 days. Your 7-day forecast looking this way. Here we go. It was 92 on Thursday, 93 on Friday, lots of sunshine. 90 on Saturday, by the way. The autumnal equinox, the start of fall, is Saturday morning. For those of you that like to be precise, it is at 9:49 our time, Saturday morning. Yeah, so celebrate the start of fall Saturday morning. As a cool front, we'll check our temperatures down a little bit. 85 on Sunday, 88 on Monday, 90 Tuesday, 88 Wednesday. The downside, like I mentioned, not a drop of rain in the picture there, but otherwise it's going to be great weather.
Yeah, not too bad out there. Should be a great weekend.
Yes.
All right.
Daryl, thanks very much. It is that time of year again where historic planes take to the skies in West Texas and bring history to life.
Coming up, find out what's in store for this year's CAF Air Show. You're watching CBS 7 News, your eye on West Texas.
The commemorative Air Force's annual air show is kicking off in less than a month. CAF officials announced the details of this year's event. The 2012 air show will take to the skies October 13th and 14th and will feature a Super Saturday show with 7 hours of day and evening performances.
It's a collection of vintage warbirds in America that ever collect for one air show and fly in the air at one time. So I traveled to air shows around the country, the largest in the country, even Oshkosh, which brings in 12,000 airplanes. No one puts more vintage warbirds in the air at one time than the CF. And that's because we have the largest collection of warbirds in the country and in the world, actually.
During this year's event, the American Combat Airmen Hall of Fame will honor 4 people and 1 combat unit as the newest members. Members of the media, including our own photographer Adrian Escajeda, will be given rides in some of the planes included in the air show. For more information on this year's event, you can go to airshow.org.
Many of us are taking to social media in efforts to help revitalize things, including the city of Big Spring. They are using social media outlets like Facebook, Twitter, and Foursquare to provide information on events and businesses in Big Spring for people outside of the areas. Groups like Viva Big Spring utilize social media to get the word out about local events, and the Film Society of Big Spring promotes their movie showings to get more people involved in their community.
Whitney Harding joins us now to look at sports. You got a little volleyball, a little high school football, and even some Cowboys.
That's right, even some Cowboys. We got everything going on tonight. OCMC, though, the girls hit the court tonight. It was back and forth. It was amazing while I was there. We have those highlights for you coming up in your Eye on Sports after the break.
They call me the seeker. I've been searching low and high. I won't get to get what I'm after.
Welcome back. We begin tonight with JUCO volleyball. The Lady Shaps and Lady Wranglers squared off on the court in Midland. OC took the first set 25-20, so they start the second set serving. Gabrielle Marquez serves, MC bumps, sets, and Heiza Kokan drops it over. Lauren Berry's there, but no one can help her out. Point to the Lady Shaps. Later, Kokan goes for the kill, but Allison Crawford with the huge dig. OC gets the ball over. The Lady Shaps then set up Victoria Smith for the spike, but Berry blocks it. Point to OC. Then the Lady Wranglers with a huge spike, but some great defense here by the Lady Shaps. They managed to send it back over, but then OC staying aggressive. They set up Jackie Bautista, who skies with a two-handed finish. We're tied at 8. MC responds. Next play, Christina Gafford puts it up for Smith to finish it off. The Lady Shaps go on to win this one 3-1. Last Friday, the Midland Rebels accomplished something they haven't done since 2009. They won their district opener. Even better, they beat Cooper, the team that had beaten them the last 2 years in the first district matchup. Cooper came out fast, driving down the field, scoring a quick touchdown, but this year, the Rebels responded, and they responded quicker. The Rebels' first touchdown drive took 1 minute and 13 seconds. Their second, only 3 minutes and 27 seconds. It was a big win, but head coach James Morton wants his guys to stay grounded going forward.
We definitely, we haven't seen ourselves as an elite team. What we're trying to do each week is just improve and get better, and I think that's the key for us. And you know, what people outside the program want to do is that's their business. You know, week before we were, you know, definitely not picked to beat Cooper, and so I think we need to remember that. And we also, like I said, need to remember what's made us successful, and that's our practice habits and being able to pull together as a team. We've got great team chemistry right now, and I think that's another plus for us.
The Rebels have their open week this Friday, but they will host Lubbock Coronado in week 4. After a big win over the New York Giants in week 1, many thought the Dallas Cowboys looked like one, if not the best team in the NFL. So going into Seattle, that seemed like a no-brainer win. Instead, the boys got behind early and were forced to play catch-up instead of controlling the tempo and planning their prepared teams. Tight end Jason Witten said the 11 days off before the game didn't affect the team negatively. They just got themselves in a deep hole.
We didn't play well enough to win, but give them credit too. They're a good team. As I said earlier, you know, this is a competitive league, and you get behind the 8 ball and then you don't come back quick enough. They're a tough team. We played into their hand. That's what they wanted to do, obviously, is a young quarterback, run the ball, control the time of possession. Offensively, I think we didn't do a good enough job early on to kind of change the pace of that game.
The boys take on Tampa this Sunday at noon. And here are your baseball scores. The Astros get shut out by St. Louis 5-0. Right now in the 4th inning, Texas is up 3-0 on LA, and they are doing it without Josh Hamilton and Adrian Beltre. Both are sidelined for medical reasons. So maybe the Rangers can pull this one off. It'd be great if they could without the heart of their lineup playing.
We'll see.
All right, Whitney, thanks. We'll be right back. David Letterman is coming up next.
You make it a great Thursday.